Hello whiskey lovers, Jock here from Scotch and Folk in the garden again. It's a lovely, lovely day, the sun's shining, and on a day like this, whiskey lovers, what else would you want than to have a nice whiskey cocktail? And an old-fashioned whiskey cocktail. I don't really know the origins of it. It's called the horse's neck, and I'm going to make the horse's neck. Let you see how simple it is. If you look at videos on YouTube about how to make cocktails, what you usually see is someone, a professional bartender behind a bar with loads and loads of professional gear, and you think to yourself, my goodness, I can't make anything like that. Well, I'm sitting here in my garden. All I have is a little bowl of ice cubes, and I've got a little bit of lemon here, and I'm going to make this horse's neck cocktail from very simple ingredients and show you how it's done. What I'm going to make it with is with Compass Box Asyla. I did another video on Compass Box Asyla in the garden in this spot a couple of years ago, just with ice, and I'm going to make a horse's neck with it. Now, the thing with the horse's neck you'll usually find is made with brandy. The Royal Navy in Great Britain, you make it with brandy, and the United States they do it with bourbon, other people do it with rye. I'm going to make it with a good Scotch, and the Scotch is of course from the very fine people at Compass Box, who are really cool and nice folks. And the Asyla, they call it the soft blend. It's at least 50% malts and 50% of grain. No, I said malts, but I think it's one malt, and the rest is grain. The wood management, even with the grain whiskey, is very important to Compass Box. So it's a great blended whiskey, and you can drink it as is. You don't even have to use it as is. It's got a great smell to it, nice and soft and smooth and round in the tongue, nice and easy-going whiskey. A whiskey that would be everybody's friend. Now the horse's neck, how it's usually made is with a strip of lemon, and you hang the strip of lemon in a Collins glass or a highball glass or whatever you want to call it, or a long drink glass. You can hang it over, and that's like the horse's neck hanging over the glass. Now I'll put in a couple of cubes of ice to get us started. Ooh, went down my trousers there. In the glass. And what we're doing is we're going to put about 2 ounces, let's say 4 milliliters of Compass Box Asyla whiskey in the glass. So what we're going to do is we're going to count to 4 as we pour it slowly. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. That's the amount of whiskey that you're after in the glass. Now, the other ingredient, I have it in a little cool bag here. It's Royal Club Ginger Ale. I would have preferred to have used Thomas Henry's ginger ale, but I don't have any at hand. But it's nice and cold. I've had it in the fridge, and it's in a little cool bag, one of these cool bags that you use for keeping white wines cool on a summer night if you're sitting outside. And I'll start by pouring in just a slight amount of the ginger ale, and it's beginning to mix in with the lemon. Now I've only made a little bit. It's going to be a little bit more ginger ale in later. Take a bar spoon. Now you might say, oh, I can't do this because I don't own a bar spoon. Well, if you don't have a bar spoon, just use a dessert spoon or a soup spoon. It doesn't matter. And you just mix it just like that. Then you top it up with more ginger ale. It's now nice and mixed up, and the lemon and the ginger ale is mixing nice with the Scotch. Fill it up with ginger ale, almost to the top, not quite, because there's another ingredient that goes in, and it's the barman's greatest friend if you're into making mixes. the greatest thing that a barman has, one of his best friends, is the Angostura bitters. World-renowned Angostura bitters. Now, it's got a little. It's easy to dose it because it's got a plastic thing with a little hole in the top, so that you can dose it. Just 2 drops is all you need. 1, 2. That's it. You don't need any more than that. And there we have it. A horse's neck, perfect for a summer day like this. Now, I've got 2 straws here. Put in 2 straws. Drink it, share it together. I'm going to taste it and then talk a little bit more about Compass Box before switching the camera off. Oh, I can tell you this much, it's absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious, especially on a day like this. We were in town today, there was a concert on in the park and we couldn't stick it. We had to leave because people all around us were smoking and there were people with personal hygiene problems sitting around us. It just was horrible. So we decided to come back home to the serenity of our own garden. It's a Sunday afternoon and people around us are all sitting outside and having a drink. And here I'm having this wonderful horse's neck. I don't really know the origins of the drink. I think you can find it on the internet if you look it up. I know that the Royal Navy in Great Britain, they do it. They serve it in the NAFI and in the officers' mess. But they use brandy as a base, as the spirit base. And I can tell you, it's a great summer drink, a nice alcoholic beverage. It's not too high in the alcohol, it's nice and fresh. The bitters of the Angostura working well with the lemon and the ginger ale, along with the Scotch. But what I did want to talk about is the Compass Box. Again, I can't stress enough about how good this whiskey is, and you know, you have to really be cool to work with Compass Box. You know, the people that work there, they're all cool basically, because they make the best whiskey around. They're one of the best innovative whiskey makers. They don't distill, they actually buy whiskey and they blend it and put it together. They make an assemblage. They assemble whiskies from different types, and this is an assembled whiskey from single malts from the village of Elgin. Now we've got it. Longmorn, there we have it. Ballandalach single grain whiskey from Fife. Well, there's about 3 malts in it and 1 blend, but one grain. I said blend, but I meant grain. Together making a blend. And as I already said, as is this whiskey, you don't have to mix it at all. You don't have to use it as a mixer. This is a blended whiskey that you could give to anybody. It's absolutely lovely. It's adorable. It's non-chill filtered. It's got absolutely no colouring to it whatsoever. It's nice and light and fresh. You can drink it on a summer day if you wish to do so. The whiskey itself is absolutely nice, and the people from Compass Box, you know, I've did a couple of reviews on them, and I even got to interview John Glazer twice, actually, once at Whiskey Live in the Netherlands and once in his own laboratory or blending room, whatever you want to call it, in London. And such a nice, humble guy. You know, you get these whiskey people, and they're really becoming famous, and they're really getting on in the world, and they suddenly become up their own backsides, if you know what I mean. They become a pain in the ass because they're difficult to approach, and they're not really easygoing or anything like that. They're just difficult folk to get on with, and luckily in the whiskey world there's not too many of these people, but they're around. And in the wine world, they're a bit more. Now, at Compass Box, they haven't got above themselves yet. Into a Calvinist boy like myself from Scotland, that's very appealing. People that haven't got above themselves. They just do good work. They make fantastic whiskey, they're dedicated to their job, and they're damn nice people. And they make a fantastic product as well, and this is the the lower end of the product, or lower end, I don't know if I can classify it as low and high, but anyway, it's the cheapest, the Asyla. It's a very, very soft blend, and they've got nice packaging, they've got lovely labels on it all. Highly recommended. And you know, some people have told me, well, somebody gave me for my birthday a bottle of whiskey because they know I like whiskey, and they gave me a blend and I don't like it, so it's only going to be used for a mixer. Well, let me tell you this, if you're going to mix anything at all, if you're going to use a drink to make a cocktail, all of your ingredients should be good. Every ingredient in the cocktail should be good. I made one mistake today. The Royal Club ginger ale, actually I should have had a better ginger ale than that. Other than that, good whiskey. Don't use rubbish whiskey to make your cocktails. Use good ones. And use good fruit, fresh. Everything that you use should be good. Filtered water for making the ice cubes. The whole shebang should all be good stuff. And Angostura bitter never fails you. Available at most liquor stores and absolutely fantastic. If you're making a mojito even, you put a bit of Angostura bitter if you use too much sugar, and you'll level it out a bit, make it a little bit more balanced. So, the horse's neck, there it's hanging over the stable door here, the horse's neck, this bit of lemon peel that my wife managed to peel off of a lemon in one go, and very refreshing indeed. Has a bit of an alcohol content, lovely and nice for a summer day. Compass Box. All of the whiskies are great for anything, drinking straight, or to use in any mixer that you would like. So, whisky lovers, from me and from my lovely wife Ineke, from our garden here in Arnhem in the Netherlands, until the next time, with a lovely horse's neck in the hand, with Compass Box Asyla, I say to you, and greetings to the good folks at Compass Box, Slán Siva.